Check out that frame rate, baby. All the graphics are happening here. Welcome yet again to another EA joint, and yet again it's one of their PC conversions, which this time is for a helicopter flight sim. But before we figure out how that works on a Mega Drive, first we have to discuss this title screen. See how we zoom out from the top of the helicopter, which helps the frame rate massively. And then we zoom back in and it kills the frame rate all over again. Listen, I jest, right? It's not aged the best, but it is running on a machine with no 3D capabilities whatsoever. So we can't complain too much, can we? I mean, we can, but we probably shouldn't. But anyway, let's get into actually playing this game once we digitally sign this pretty official looking contract. Right, I'm not actually in the Air Force now, am I? Let's just go with it and hope that an actual war doesn't break out and I end up having to fly a helicopter somewhere. We also need to mention this difficulty select as well. I mean, check out that guy's face. Based on the look of abject terror on his mug, I think we'll keep it to very easy. Yeah, it does seem like the best idea. And we're into the game itself, where we fly about shooting baddies, so pretty much a first person Desert Strike. And this is where we hit a bit of a brick wall. See, just the flying about and going places doesn't feel as fun as the Strike games. That feeling of momentum and speed that you get from those games just isn't here in the same way. Yeah, I mean, technology is probably the issue here, as I bet what Strike is doing with a 2D sprite-based graphics engine couldn't be replicated in the 3D engine in the Mega Drive version. From like random reading, this version on the Mega Drive roughly equates to the minimum PC settings. So, you know, it would be helpful to play the PC version to get an idea of what the best settings look like. Helpful, but, you know, effort. I'd have to find the file and get an emulator and record it and all that. Way too much effort, so we'll move on. What? Why are you looking at me like that? These are supposed to be short videos with that much effort to them. Like, I can't be checking other games. Just stop it. Stop that look. Okay, fine. Whatever you say, I'll try and do it. Well, you know, what do you know? That wasn't actually that hard. I forgot they can play most emulated games in the browser windows these days. Anyway, gave it a go, and boy howdy was that not intuitive to play on a laptop. So, went and read the PC manual, I went back at it in a proper simulator so I can press the escape key to get at the menus and confirm that we are indeed playing with high quality. But even then, it's still super fiddly to play this game. And that's because it's a flight sim from the early 90s. Which, to drag this back to the actual game we're looking at, is picked up on in the review. Whilst playability gets 85%, Rich does say that the complex control system may prove infuriating for beginners. Now, as we all know, I'm not exactly a top tier gaming professional, but I did manage to pick up the gist of what I needed to do because, well, you know, you've only got so many buttons on a Mega Drive pad, so a bit of guesswork and we're cutting about and blowing up fools. But as has been a theme lately, we should really read the manual. I guess we should go and find a scan of the thing and read that, rather than going on eBay and forking over real money for a proper copy. The first is much easier, so we'll do that. Don't do it again. Don't do this again. Don't you dare. Okay, fine. I'll order a copy. Jesus, we're looking at... What is up with you today, honestly? There you go. See? I bought it. An actual copy off eBay. You happy? Right, let's get this manual looked at. Well, first of all, still says Genesis. Disgusting. And here's the manual. That is quite a chunky boy. And we got Dutch and Spanish, English and French. 66 pages. So it's, what, 80 after that. 80 pages for a manual. Can you believe this? Look at that. I mean, half is French, half is English. So, yeah, lots of artist bio. Chris Ebert was born in Eugene, Oregon, and hasn't sat still since. Discovered computers at age 5 in the wacky world of punch cards, but didn't let it consume his life. Not then, anyway. Took to my spaceship. Why did they let people write their own bios? Ian Clark left his corner of the world, set in the United States and Seattle. Heavy learning. See, that makes more sense. It's a bit more kind of, you know, absconded to San Francisco on that one. Currently resides and works for Electronic Arts. Wow, that is. They don't even put that in this. Yeah, it's not even in the contents. It's not there. Anyway, we're getting distracted. We've got to look at controls. Here we go. Controls. Controller 1. This doesn't bode well. So select weapon, fire, chain gun. I think we knew that. Flight controls. Hold start and up to fly up and down. Fly backwards and forwards. Fair-dues. Bank. D-pad up. Plus right. Okay, alright, map controls, start. So, oh god. So how does it know when you're holding? I wonder if you actually go to pause while doing that. That's going to be other controls, change weapon, start plus A, in navigation mode, pick up supplies, combat navigation mode. Okay, controller 2. If you have a second controller, it can precisely control targeting and firing. Move up, move down. Time compression. Why would you use a second controller to control other bits? That makes no sense. So this stuff I think was on the number pad or on the other bits of the PC version, but they kind of crowbarring a second controller to get it into the actual. It's ridiculous. That is some complex controls, but you know. What? I mean, no, I'm not going to get out the Mega Drive and plug this in just to try those stupid controls. I'm not going to do it. I won't do it. Stop it. No. Okay, so here's my Extreme Rubbish setup. Not the right TV at all. And we're in. Ugh. Alright, so we're going to go for the LHX. We'll keep it on easy. Next screen. Don't care. Right, so. Hold start. And up. And then hold start and down. Go down, then we got forwards, bank in. Okay, right, that makes sense. So let's see what this other controller does. Okay, doesn't seem to do anything. Go that one. Let's go up. Can't see us doing anything. Definitely plugged in because the buttons work. That was a complete waste of time, but still, having to hold start and go up and down, can't take hands away from those buttons, and then having to go to another controller if that other thing did work. It's just ridiculous. It's because I've got to be in navigation mode or something. So the gist of all this is that it's just too complex a game being shoehorned onto a system that really wasn't crying out for a complex game like this. That doesn't stop Rich giving it a glowing review, describing it as a damn fine combat sim, one that is bound to pay rewards with little patience and attention spent on it. 89% overall, and all caps real air combat simulation. This is a tough one, as there is a bit to dig into with this one, but boy oh boy, I would much rather be playing one of the Strike games. It's tough, but this gets a maybe. The controls are so fiddly, but if you know what you're getting in for, then you could have a good time with it. Maybe.